Been a while since I brought you a pickup video. It's been a while, but I'm back. Yes. Hello again. How are you? Seattle Mariners souvenir cup with my alcoholic beverage today. Cardinal hat still on though. I have got a whole bunch of great pickups to show you today. If I had filmed this last week, because I missed last week and the week before that I was in Seattle for the Cardinals Mariners series. If I filmed it last week, it'd be a lot shorter. But we got some good stuff today to bring you. I should get started. By the way, I'm drinking Crown and Coke, but I'm drinking like the Costco brand Crown. In Montana, Costco does not sell alcohol. It's regulated by the state of Montana. So when I was in Washington, I took a trip to Costco and I loaded up. So I will be drinking a multitude of different adult beverages in the future of these videos. Excuse me, Ganondorf. Put that there. All right, let's get right. Oh, Kiss next week. Going to see Kiss. Can't wait. Exciting. Beverages, video games, Kiss. Life's so good. Got a minute 40. Haven't shown anything. Let's just get fucking started. Boom! Look at that. This is an Action Replay Plus 4 meg cart. And this goes right there into your Sega Saturn. And what this does is it's a memory expansion for the games that require the memory expansion. You can save onto this cart. It's a memory card. And it unlocks your console. You can play region lock games. So I'm going to be ordering some Japanese Saturn games. I've already got one on the way, which we'll see next time, more than likely, on the show. There it is. Action Replay Plus. So I'm going to test it with that one game, and then I might get like Knights. Knights, the Japanese version of Knights is cheaper, and a bunch of shooters, great shooters, which I'll might be getting. All right, this pickup, I took a bunch of third-party like Mad Catz GameCube controllers to a pawn shop, and they just kind of straight across traded me loaded for PS1 complete. No, yeah, it's complete. There's the manual in good shape. It still has a styrofoam even. Disc protecting. They had it marked at $12, so I'll take it. They offered me either this or an orange GameCube controller, which I was really shocked that they had, but I didn't take the orange GameCube controller because damn thing looked like it was mangled. Looked like a dog had chewed the fuck out of it. So I passed on the orange GameCube controller. This pickup, while I was in Seattle, I went to Pike's Place Market. I ate some fresh seafood. And then, if you're not familiar with Pike's Place Market, like, when you see touristy images, you see the top floor where all the seafood, they're throwing the salmon. That's what the image is. But there's like 4 floors down. And it's shops, it's knick-knack stores, there's some restaurants, there's some little coffee things. Little antique store down there, he had some games. From him, I picked up Solar Jetmen on the NES, Rumble Roses on PS2, something I've been wanting for a while because I like wrestling and I like that. It's good. And he threw in Rising Star. I had this in my hand because sometimes you're just like, is this the horse racing game that's valuable? I don't know. I just don't know. And I was in the bowels of Pike Place Market with no service on my cell phone, so I couldn't look it up on price charting. So I was like, how much you want for all these? He's like, well, I got 5 on this, 3. I'll just toss that in. Like, great. He had a bunch of PS2, Xbox stuff. He had a big stack of N64 games. They're all sports games, so I didn't really go through those too well or too much. But yeah, it's really cool finding retro games in Pike's Place Market when I'm being a tourist in Seattle. And I did visit Pink Gorilla Games, the International District store, while I was in Seattle. Wasn't too impressed. It's it's clean and they got everything out on shelves. This didn't have stock, and that's not their fault, but they just didn't have any stock, really. I didn't go to their main store. I heard they have more at the Bellevue location, I believe. Didn't get a chance to go there. I could have gone there Sunday, but because I left the baseball game, got right in my car and hit the road back here to Montana. The road would have led me if I kind of kept going before turning on the interstate. If I kept going for another few minutes, I would have got there. But I was like, I've got a 10-hour drive ahead of me. Just go home. So that's what I did. All right, where are we at here? Garage sales. This was all from one sale. Yes. Like I said, if I had done this last week, there wouldn't be a whole lot to show because last week was 4th of July weekend, and there were a few garage sales, but not as many as a normal summer Saturday. And there were a lot more people out garage selling than sales, and almost everywhere I went, and when I asked about video games, I had a DS out here, I sold that an hour ago. I'm like, but it's 7:02 and you started at 7. Yeah, I had people knocking on my door and they saw the DS and that was the first thing. And, I had an N64, I sold that an hour and a half ago. I'm like, I'm 20 minutes early to your sale. What do you mean you sold it an hour and a half ago? I had people waiting at 6. I'm just like, jeez. I just can't bring myself to early bird like that. Like, show up hours early for someone's sale. I can't bring myself to do it. I mean, you're almost knocking on somebody's door at that point, aren't you? Can't bring myself to do that yet, I guess. But, I don't know. In every sale I hit, and like I said, there weren't a lot of sales, so I was behind the guy all day, or whoever it was. This one, they had Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six on PS1. And, oh shit, that crack wasn't there. I don't know when that cracked. Oh well, fuck it. And I asked if they had any more, and she went out and grabbed some Wii games. She grabbed Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Elbits, a game that I didn't have in my collection, and I'm glad I have it now, WarioWare Smooth Moves, and Zelda Twilight Princess. All in complete condition, good shape. Turn the manual around there. But there it is. She said $1 a piece on the Wii games. I said, well, what about $4 with Tom Clancy? And she said, okay. So I got that. While I was at a garage sale on that side of town, this dude says, oh, you should have been at the sale, blah, blah, blah. They had video games, all the time, video games, blah, 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 you should have seen it. On one hand, I you missed it. Like, on one hand, I guess I appreciate the heads up. On the other hand, don't start telling me about shit I missed, especially at 9 o'clock in the morning when there's lots of sales to be had. I'll get there. I got there and I picked up SpongeBob SquarePants Super Sponge on PS1. These are all PS1. Oh yeah, Mary-Kate and Ashley Magical Mall Tour. They had a $3 sticker on that. They're like, we're not going to sell that for $3, just so you know. I'm like, I'm not going to buy it for $3. Ms. Pac-Man Maze Madness and Tomb Raider Chronicle. And so I think I paid like $1 a pop on these or something. And I asked about other video games. And it's the same story. We had an Xbox and a bunch of games, and a GameCube with about 7 or 8 games. And as soon as we opened the garage, some guy came in and said, "I'll take all of it." And they said that he didn't go through it, didn't pick. He's like, "I'll take all your video game stuff." So heating up out here, heating up, and I guess it's July. July sales are kind of actually winding down. I'd say late May, June is like the peak, and now July into August is the number of sales are gonna be leveling down, but the amount of sellers, when I'm finding great stuff in March, not a lot of competition out there. I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces out there that I haven't seen since last year over the past 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, this guy's still out? So people are starting late June, July, getting into sales. That's why I'm really happy that I start looking for garage sale ads, as soon as, it stops really snowing around here. As soon as the weather breaks and below zero temperatures aren't really a possibility anymore. So we're talking February, early March. And when I get a Saturday, there's like 2 sales, I'm hitting them. 3 sales, I'm hitting them. 4 sales, I'm hitting them. Now there's 30, 40, 50 sales, whatever. It's easy. Oh, I'm going garage sailing. It's kind of hard when you're going out there, like, I'm just going to garage sale for like an hour because there's only 5 sales. But, I mean, look at the past videos. Go with the history. I've done phenomenal this season on retro games. So something's working. This was all a Goodwill pickup right here. I've only had 2 sips of that beverage. Freestyle Street Soccer for the GameCube. A third-party PS2 multi-tap that they had a $1.99 on. And then 2 PS1 controllers in really nice shape. Cords in nice shape. These are $2.99 each. Here's the other one. Right there. So 2 PS1 controllers. So got those at Goodwill. Okay. Like I said, last weekend's garage sales were very frustrating in that I'd go there, oh, that already sold, that already sold, that already sold, that already sold. But I was still asking. And whoever was going around sharking the video games early from all these garage sales, they weren't asking. Something tells me it was a reseller and they were looking for stuff to make profit on. They saw video games out, they saw an N64 out or whatever, they grabbed it and got out of there. But they didn't have time like I do, because I'm only looking for one thing, video games. Didn't have time to ask. This one garage sale I stopped at had a ton of older lady stuff, years of accumulation of figurines and china and knickknacks and paddywhacks and all that. I asked about video games, and the older grandma said, "Oh, no, no, no." Then like the younger, her daughter, but younger as in probably in her 60s, were like, "Yes, hold on." And the girl older, like in her 80s, like, "What do you got? What?" So I talked with grandma for a little while, and just grandma comes out, and she puts down on the table first this Final Fantasy VIII guide, which I'm happy because I just sold one not too long ago, so I'm going to keep this one. Because like I said, Final Fantasy VIII I wasn't very good at. I would just sit there and collect magic for 3 hours before finally killing the enemies. The other thing she put out on the table, when somebody goes into their house, especially someone in the older generation, you're like, oh, she knows where the Nintendo the kid's left behind. Expecting some NES. Was not expecting this. I mean, it's not special, but it's unique in that you don't see it every day. Which brings out the Sega Game Gear carrying case. I didn't even check this pocket. I'm going to check it real quick. No. Alright. So, I open it up. Case in really good condition. We got us a Game Gear in pretty nice shape. I didn't even check the battery compartments. They're empty, good, so no corrosion is in the batteries. The Majors Pro Baseball was in the system. Also in here, got the charger, or the, so you can plug it in. It doesn't charge it. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Echo the Dolphin. Land of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse. So, 3 decent games. I'm not, sports are here or there. I mean, I'm a baseball fan, so I'm not too unhappy about baseball games. But $10 for everything, for the guide and for this Game Gear with the carrying case. Pretty exciting. Oh, what? Manuals. There's the Game Gear manual. There's the Mickey Mouse manual. I didn't know these were in here. Another Game Gear manual. These look like the lineups for the baseball game. Interesting. Another... What's that? This looks like a poster. There's Sonic the Hedgehog 2's manual. And Echo the Dolphin's manual. Sweet! So we got the manuals for the Game Gear and the games. That's pretty exciting. Pretty cool. Alright, so with the Game Gear and the 4 Wii games and the PS1 games, that was my garage sale haul from last week. And I can't get the damn carrying case to stand up on its own. There you go. Alright, so I was kind of... It's disappointing, but then again, I'm like, the season I've had, I can have a Saturday or two like this, and I shouldn't be too disappointed. So I go out yesterday, and I'm hearing the same things. Oh, we had this, we sold it, first thing, we sold it an hour before we opened. I had somebody out here waiting. But, I did pretty well yesterday. I'm kind of going to go in not I bought order in order to save the best for last. This was my first purchase yesterday. It is a complete Mario Kart Wii with the box. The box has the wheels still in the plastic wrap and all the stuff. So with this jam down in here, which it won't fit for whatever reason because of this thing right here, the wheel instruction manual. With that, I have a complete Mario Kart Wii in box. Okay. This was I think it was my last garage sale I went to yesterday. She had an Xbox and a bunch of games out. The only game that really, a lot of racing and sports. The only thing that interested me was Intellivision Lives. I asked if she had any other older games. She mentioned a Wii. Only thing I was interested in there is Arcade Zone. Buck a piece I got those for. Okay. The rest of this little bundle of joy. Oh wait, no it's not. Sorry. Got some PS3 games. I got the Resistance Trilogy on PS3. There's 1, 2, and 3, I think. Yes, correct. I've actually been looking, they released the Resistance Collection with all 3 of these games on one disc. So when I asked about games and she brought out stacks of PS3 games, she wanted like $5 a pop. I got these for 10 total. I would have picked up other things, but PS3, I've got so many PS3 games right now. It's ridiculous. I guess maybe some of them might have been, I could have made a little bit on, she had like GTA 5. If I could have talked her down, maybe for a trade-in at GameStop or whatever, I could have doubled it up. I don't think it was worth it, so I just stuck with these games I've actually been searching for. And there's not a whole lot left on PS3 that I've been searching for, so got those. Alright. So I roll up to this garage sale, and I'm kind of down because at the time, it was around 10:30 in the morning, and I hadn't had a find since 7:30 in the morning. So I'm on a 3-hour dry spell between finds, and I'm hearing that there was this group of girls, like sisters. The oldest one was maybe 10. Then we had like 6 or 7. Then we had like 5. 3 girls. I don't know where mom and dad were at this garage sale, but it was like their stuff. They were having a garage sale. Lemonade stand. So I just asked, hey, you guys got any video games? We had a DS, but somebody was waiting for us when we opened our garage, and that's the first thing they took. Jeez. So anyway, I rolled this garage sale, and it's kind of out off the beaten path. Alright, if you're trying to stick to where the garage sales are concentrated, you're just going to go ahead and avoid this one. But I was at the kind of end of my list of garage sales that were happening yesterday. I'm like, I'm as close as I can be to that. It's another couple miles from where I'm at. Let's just go. On that table, they had this slim PS2. It's dirty, but it can be cleaned. It's not scratched and beat up all to hell. Too bad. With that, they had SpongeBob SquarePants, Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, Nicktoons Battle for Volcano Island, Avatar The Last Airbender, The Burning Earth, Kim Possible, What's the Switch? This was a 8th grade fundraiser for a trip to Washington, D.C. That's why the games are what they are. Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge. And MX vs. ATV Unleashed. Oh, one more. SpongeBob SquarePants Atlantis SquarePantius. And some are complete, some are not. They had $5 on the Slim and 50 cents per game. So I asked if they have any other games, and everything's here. Cords. There's 2 controllers. The silver controller has a piece of like tape or something here on the back. I don't know why. There's nothing really to hold in back there. So I'll take that off and find out. Black controller is fine. Ask if they have any other games. And she goes in, grabs a stack of Wii games. The dad's like, whoa, 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 what are you selling those for? And she's like, well, these are the ones we don't play anymore. There's a stack of 5 or 6. I picked 2 GoldenEye Wii. And the Sky Crawlers Innocent Aces, powered by Project Aces. Interesting game I do not have until now. Looks like it has a kind of an anime art style and it's cutscenes, So I said, well, you got 5 on the PS2, you got 50 cents per game on the PS2 games. How about I give you 10 total? And they said, sure. So everything in there, PS2, 2 Wii games, and a stack of PlayStation 2 games I absolutely don't care about, but oh well. Got for $10. Okay. There was a sale. Oh gosh, this could be a long video. There was a sale in Livingston, Montana. It's about 30 miles on the interstate from where I'm at. Friday night, I'm going through all the G-Cell ads on Craigslist. His main thing was he was selling a boat. And in one of the boxes, I see an Xbox. So I shoot him a quick email. Like, hey, do you have any games for the Xbox? Also, do you have maybe some older games, old Nintendo, whatever? He didn't respond. Now, for whatever reason, I don't even know why, I checked the ad again after I was done garage selling yesterday, and he changed the ad. He said, video games, Xbox, Nintendo. I'm like, dude, you could have just emailed me or called me back and said, yeah, I got Nintendo games, come on out. Instead, he changed it. So I'm like, fuck. And it's like 2 in the afternoon on Saturday. Shit. What do I do? I emailed him back real quick, nothing. I'm like, I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to drive 30 miles to this one garage sale in Livingston, Montana, on the off chance that he changed that ad really late in the day after everybody's already done garage selling, and that whoever's out there, cherry picking video games did not see that and get out there and buy all the Nintendo stuff. I get out there, and there's couple PlayStation 1s, a fat one and the PS1. N64, no cores, no controllers, really beat up. Two super beat up Super Nintendos, I think with one AV cable. One N64 game, Cyber Tiger. I don't think he had any PlayStation 1 games that I could see. There's a copy of Final Fantasy something for Game Boy, which for whatever reason I just forgot about. Because he had a bunch of Super Nintendo games. I asked him what he wanted for all of them. I said, I'll give you $20 for all of them. He's like, oh, he counted it up. I'm like, oh, that's like, I'll do it for $50. I'm like, he's like, that's less than $3 a game. So I cherry picked some, and I left some good things in there. I left a Star Fox. I left a F-Zero. But I cherry picked the games that I didn't have, and like Super Scope 6 was in there. Who fucking cares? And Top Gear and Championship Pool. So I left a couple good ones in there, but I cherry picked games that I didn't have, and then added some ones that I could recoup some costs for driving over to Livingston and also buying the games. So some of these I don't have, and the other ones I'm just going to resell to bring my costs down. Like this one, Super Mario World. These are really clean around here, but the reader things are really dusty, so they're all going to need a cleaning. Aladdin. I don't think I have this. I'm not sure. Here's one I know I don't have. Revolution X featuring Aerosmith. No, it's not a great game, but... Oh, I didn't leave F-Zero. So, Player's Choice F-Zero. Definitely a recouper right here. Super Mario All-Stars. This is recouper. Pilot Wings. NBA Jam Tournament Edition. I don't think I had this one. I think I had the regular one. Very dirty. It needs to be cleaned up. Like I said, the connectors all need to be cleaned up. Didn't have this one. RoboCop versus Terminator. Didn't have Shaq Fu. And finally, didn't have this. Jungle Book. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 games. I got it down from like the 18 games he had in there to 10 games. These 10 for 25. So not the best deal, but a good deal. Oh shit. Like I said, long video. This was that 7:30 find I had at that garage sale. Remember I said I had a 3-hour like dry spell? This is why I found this at 7:30. They started at 7:30. I was there at 7:31. I'm talking to people. I see a couple people walking in. I'm like, here we go. And it was kind of out of the way. Like, it wasn't in the concentrated areas. You know, it was in a neighborhood, but there was no garage sales really around that area. That's why there wasn't a ton of people there. But I walk in their garage, and in the back of the garage, I see the familiar... Oh, I got it buried. But I see an N64 sticking out of this box. First thing in here, I got this whole box for $25. Game Boy Color carrying case. Game Boy Color in nice shape. Toy Story is inside. One other game is Rugrats. So nothing great. In the pocket back here are the manuals for the Game Boy and the 2 games. Alright, and we got an N64. The games are really good shape. Cruisin' USA. Mario Kart 64. And Super Mario 64. I think these are going to replace my copies because they're in really good shape. 2 controllers, a black system, a third-party controller. I want to get this done before half an hour, so I'm really rushing. And manuals for all the games. And so that whole box, $30. Finally, like I said, I'm not doing justice some of these. Finally, in a trade, I got a Sega Master System. It's funny, ever since Operation TurboGrafx 16 started, Operation Acquire Turbo, I've gotten a Saturn and now a Master System. Never thought I'd own a Master System. Comes with a controller, a copy of Shinobi, and all in really nice shape. Nice trade. I'm just going to see if it goes past half an hour. You know what? Yes, maybe. Will it cut me off? No, we're still recording. Okay, so Master System, 2 controllers, I believe. All the hookups, 1 game, in really nice, clean shape. I got that for trade. Basically $40 worth of trade value is what I got that for. And that's kind of my big find in this video. Speaking of Operation Acquire TurboGrafx, that is coming along swimmingly and should be... I got a bunch of stuff on eBay watched. I'm probably going to be pulling the trigger here, maybe even as early as tonight on an auction. So, but this is, for now, this is my finds, and holy crap. Like I said, I went from like, man, I don't have enough to do a video, to like, oh shit, I got too much to do a video. So, very, very blessed, as always. Master System, really excited about. I've actually got some games coming from eBay. I spent a little bit of my Operation Acquire Turbo money on a couple of games for the Master System. N64 is going to be going to recoup a lot of cost. Probably going to be funding next week's garage sales. And after next week's garage sales, I'm going to a Kiss concert, so we're all good. Hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe if you want. Take care. Enjoy yourself. Stay safe out there this summer. Have a drink on me, and I will see you later. As I cheers. We'll see ya. Stop. No, really, stop.